Hey friends, this is Nick, and I call my channel DZ Performance, and I really appreciate you tuning in. The motor package I've got to bring you today is a 498 big block Chevy with a Lanite hydraulic roller cam. I'm going to bring you the startup stand run video, dyno testing, and then I'll be back to review the results, show you the dyno sheets, and go over the specs on this motor top to bottom. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to give you the specs on this motor, and forgive me, I do all these specs just right out of my head. I don't have a cheat sheet when I do this, and if I make any substantial mistakes in any of my videos, I go back and recorrect it in the comment section on the video. But this is what this motor is all about. It's a 1977 454 block with 781 heads on it. The oil pan is a Summit Racing that has a built-in windage tray. It's a 2-bolt main block. And then moving to the rotating assembly on this project, it's a Skip White Performance rotating assembly. It has a SCAT 9000 externally balanced crankshaft. It has SCAT forged steel I-beam rods. It has the rod length on them, I believe, is 6.385. The pistons are Wiseco 17cc forged domed pistons. It has forged pistons also. The camshaft, moving the camshaft, is a Lanite Voodoo camshaft. It's a hydraulic roller. At 50 thousandths, it's a 241 and a 249 at 50 thousandths. It's a 625 valve lift intake and exhaust. The lobe separation is a 110. It's a hydraulic roller cam. Moving to the cylinder heads. The cylinder heads are 781s, and the valve size was increased to manly 219s on the intake and 188s on the exhaust. They have a mild bowl blend pocket port. The rockers on the motor are Comp Cam's Magnum rockers. We've run a Edelbrock RPM air gap. The spacer was a 1-inch open spacer. The carburetor was a 1000 CFM Pro Systems is what it was tested with. I rarely mention this, but on almost all the motors that street strip motors that I test, I use a Street Fire MSD HEI distributor. They work great up to 6,500 RPMs. The spark plug wires are MSD Street Fire spark plugs. I do not usually include the distributor in the wires when I sell a motor like this. But the horsepower that was achieved on this project, horsepower and torque, It was 600 and I'll call it 607 horsepower and 637 foot-pounds of torque. A 781 454 that's stroked to a 781 casting number heads and a 454 block that's bored and stroked to a 498 is one of my favorite projects ever. The horsepower that you can get per dollar when you buy a motor like this is just incredible. It's a nice package. You put it in a car and it's shocking the way it runs. But this was the motor I was bringing you today, and this is Nick. Thank you for watching. I know I signed off and thanked you guys for watching, but a substantial fact that I should have mentioned, and I'll post this in the comments, is with those 17cc domes, it has a factory deck height of 22 thousandths in the hole. The heads have been milled to approximately 116 cc's. The compression ratio on this project come up to about 10.5 to 1 compression. That's a pretty substantial fact that I wanted to add in there. I'll post the basic specs in the comment section also. But thank you once again. This is Nick.